So it finally happened. After 530 days of waiting, we finally got a Nintendo Direct. 50 minutes of back-to-back announcements. But was it good though? Well, that's kind of the point of today's video, is I'll be taking a look back at yesterday's Direct and giving my thoughts and opinions on everything we saw. I'm gonna focus on the stuff that I thought really stood out, but I'll do my best to cover as much as I can. If you think there was something I missed that you felt was important, feel free to yell at me in the comments. So I'll just be going down the list here, and I guess I'll start with the first thing we saw, which was the Smash reveal. We had a bit of a fake out reveal. At first it appeared to be a Xenoblade 2 related thing, and it ended up being a Smash reveal for Pyra and Mythra. This isn't one of those crazy reveals, it's more for the actual fans of the game. And I guess Nintendo's trying to get Xenoblade out there as they wanted to have a bigger audience. Personally, I'm okay with the fighter, and I know it made a lot of Xenoblade fans happy. Next we got Fall Guys, and being honest, this kind of gave me flashbacks to when they opened that last Direct with an Overwatch reveal. It's cool that it's on Switch, but I feel like it's a bit late, and the popularity has definitely dipped a large amount. We also got some Mario-themed Animal Crossing stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm glad they included the Wario outfit, as he is my favorite. Something that I wasn't really expecting, which, thinking back, I probably should have, but we did get some more information on No More Heroes 3. I guess I just thought that they would reveal a second trailer showing more information later on their own, but we did get a final release date and some gameplay footage, so that is exciting. We got the Famicom detective games, which I had honestly never heard about, but some people seem to be really excited, so that's cool. They showed a little bit of Monster Hunter Rise, which is coming out next month, and they highlighted the Joy-Cons and Pro Controller, which is cool. A mainline game they announced was Mario Golf Super Rush. I'm gonna be completely honest about this one, I'm kinda getting some flashbacks to Ultra Smash. This is mainly because they just kinda dropped it with no build up or anything, they're just like, here's golf. The game honestly looks super simple except for the new mode they added, which I will admit does look really fun. I could be totally wrong about this, and I'd honestly love to be wrong about this because I think Mario sports games can be really good. It's just the game looks really basic, and they didn't seem too excited to show it off. Another game that was highlighted is called Outer Wilds. It seems to be an older game coming over to Switch. It honestly looks really fun, and I like the Majora's Mask type concept. We also got the Ninja Gaiden collection, which I am really excited for. I love those 3D Ninja Gaiden games. This game didn't really stand out when it was first shown, but World's End Club looks really interesting, and I'm very excited to play it. It's a new game by the Danganronpa creators, and it pains me to say this, but I'm a very big Danganronpa fan. My first thought, however, was it looked very Pokemon-y. That isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely caught my attention. This one looked pretty interesting, Triangle Strategy, which is a new Octopath style game. This one seems to be a lot more of a tactical RPG, which I personally enjoy, and the art style is just as good as ever. I'm not too crazy about the name, but it is a working title, so we'll see what happens. We also got Miitopia, which is a port of a 3DS game. Gonna be completely honest, when I first saw this, I was super excited, but then after doing a bit more research, I became very disappointed. Like I said, this is a port of a 3DS game that Nintendo is charging $50 for. I maybe wouldn't have as much of a problem with that if the game itself on 3DS wasn't $40 originally. So yeah, not much to say about this one. Cool game, ridiculous price. Nearing the end, we got confirmation of Age of Calamity DLC, and that was about it. They really didn't show much with this one. They didn't even say anything about it. They threw some text on screen and said, it's coming, here's the price. And that was about it. Hope we see more about it closer to the actual launch. I'm definitely excited, I just wish they showed a little bit more. After that, we got confirmation that the production on Breath of the Wild 2 is going well. They just weren't ready to show it yet, but we will hear more about it later this year. I think it's good they actually said something about it rather than just not saying anything at all, because I know there were a lot of people who were starting to question if the game was even going to come out, because it was announced almost 2 years ago. But it's exciting to hear that we will see something about it this year, but that does mean it will probably be a 2022 game. But while we're waiting for Breath of the Wild 2, they released Skyward Sword HD, which if you watch my previous video, I am very happy about. On my ranking Zelda list, I put Skyward Sword on the lowest, but I said if they were to bring it over to Switch with optional motion controls, then I would probably give it a second chance, which they did. I think this game's story is fantastic, and I'm looking forward to giving it a second chance. They also released Skyward Sword HD Joy-Cons, which look so clean. I already have 2 pairs of Joy-Cons, but I know for a fact I'm gonna have to pick these up, so thanks Nintendo. And finally, the biggest piece of news, we got a reveal trailer for Splatoon 3. This was probably the last thing that I would have predicted, because every time somebody thinks Splatoon 3 is coming, I always shrug it off and saying it'll be on the next system. My friend actually had a very interesting theory about this game and said that the setting was because of the final Splatfest, Chaos vs. Order, and because Chaos won, this game's setting seems to be pretty chaotic. This also made me think, because I always thought that the next Splatoon game would be on the next system, but them doing this kind of makes me think that they might prolong the Switch's life. I think they're going to keep the Switch's branding, but they're going to continue to upgrade the actual hardware. To be honest, this video would have probably come out a lot sooner if after the Splatoon 3 reveal, me and my friends didn't play Splatoon for hours on end. Seriously, I'm beyond excited for this game. It looks so good. So that was most of yesterday's Direct. I'm sorry for the weird format. This was mostly unscripted, and I was just kind of thinking out loud most of the time. I think the 50-minute length definitely made a lot of people think this was going to be one of the crazier Directs, and because of that, I think a lot of people were disappointed, but personally, I think this Direct was pretty good. They acknowledged the long hiatus from Directs in the beginning, so hopefully that's a good sign that we'll start to get these more regularly. Directs are definitely one of my favorite parts about being a Nintendo fan, and this one did not disappoint. I'd love to hear what everybody thought about the Direct in the comments, but for the love of God, please be civil. Alright, that's all I got for this one. Make sure to check out Retro Gamingware for some cool video game themed closer products and use my code for a nice 10% discount. All my other links are in the description as well. Okay, cool, bye!